up on the chain until ultimately arriving at the Supreme Court, which we've heard a lot about the Supreme Court in many instances in recent months, haven't we? The whole Ferguson thing, the whole... Yeah, it seems like everybody's got a Supreme Court thing going on, including the LGBT movement. Yes, it's those damn gays. I'm telling you. Well, because of the big PC push for equality, because of the LGBT movement and the things that they have done and pushed through these courts of our land, they've done some precedent building of their own. Indeed, did you remember Crash Talk I did about 6-7 months ago? If you're a Crash Talk listener, you certainly know what I'm talking about. 6-7 months ago, I did a show on Her Holes, Her Choice. And this was, of course, going to some court rulings in which it was ruled in several states in this fine, fine country that we live in here, the United States, that, of course, 13-year-old girls had a complete and total say over their holes, their choice. The choice to free bleed. Yes, the having your monthly period as a girl and not using tampons or pads, but just letting it flow. All these equality, airy-fairy little hippie rules that we've shoved through the court system now to push our way, to make everybody equal, to make Black Lives Matter, all that good stuff. Well, it's like good old Kate says all the time. This whole PC thing is a pendulum, and it's only going to swing so far before it starts swinging back. And in this case that I'm talking about today, we're seeing that pendulum swing back, and man, that sucker is coming hard, and it's going to hit us all right in the face. Because all of these laws and all of these liberalizations and equalizations have spread from the United States, and they've made their way into Canadian courts, and in some cases English courts, and now into Australian courts, where this judge, the Honorable Perry Honstone, thinks there is now precedence for incest to be legalized. And if you think he's the only judge thinking this, you'd be wrong. You know, when I first heard of this story, I'm like, oh, that's just some whack job Australian. You know, he'd be like, dude, go back and put another shrimp on the barbie, mate. But no. Here we go. Because all of the legal communities share information. All of the Supreme Court decisions that we hold so dear here, they get around the planet. And other court systems adopt certain things and use certain precedents from other court systems to help them make judgments in cases. And now here comes along this judge in Australia who actually thinks that we should legalize incest now. Because, I mean, clearly, if we're letting 13-year-old girls free bleed and have little T-shirts with the hashtag My Holes, My Choice, you know, if we're willing to give 13-year-old girls the responsibility to go out and get knocked up, even though none of us would agree that they could actually take care of a baby. Oh, but see, that's the responsibility side of rights, isn't it, ladies and gentlemen? And we don't need to worry about that in America. It's all about just getting the right. It's not about actually being responsible for it. And if we don't get that right, we're going to have a parade, or we're going to have a march, or we're going to have a protest, or we're going to shake those fences. We're going to be banging at the gates. Well, this is what we've got now. And you mark my words, in the next, I'm going to call it 60 to 90 days, we are going to start hearing murmurs from judges somewhere around this sick country. Yes, we are. They're going to read an article somewhere. They're going to hear this judge's idea. And what are they going to do? They're going to start talking about it. And when they actually start talking about the legalities of making incest legal, well, you know, we've done it for marijuana. We've done it for 13-year-old girls. We've done it for black people. They matter. Gee, I guess we've got no choice. That father or that grandfather's got the right to rape his little girls. Oh, but then it brings up the other question of rape now, doesn't it? That's something else that's illegal, isn't it? Well, for now. Think about this. Just think about this. Now, I'll give you a hypothetical here. A couple of judges now will get the idea in the United States that, incest should be legal because it impinges on the, father's rights to propagate his species. It impinges on the father's rights to not have sex with his daughter. It impinges on the, you know what I'm saying. Because, of course, in each of these other cases, the arguments have been that it impinges on the 13-year-old girl's right not to have sex or to have sex. It doesn't give her the right to free choice. That's what that was about. So what did they do? Well, they gave her the right to free choice. And wasn't it great on Twitter? Wasn't it cute to see all the little 13-year-old girls all over the United States with their little hashtag My Holes, My Choice t-shirts on? Wasn't that cute? Oh, that was so nice. And now the little girls, they can feel special. Just like the gays who can now get married in 34 states. Problem is what they don't tell you is that only 4 of those states actually voted that law in. The other 30 states adopted it because the Supreme Court said so, not because the constituents wanted it, voted on it, or were indeed ever given a chance to vote on it. So stick that in your LGB hat, fly up your rainbow flag, and go on a parade somewhere and think about that. But goddammit, you wanted the rights to have your parade, didn't you? Just like the 13-year-old wanted her right to free bleed, or the other 13-year-old wanted her right to have sex. Who's going to take care of her right to take care of her child when she's pregnant? Nobody. That'll just add into the social nightmare that is our system, won't it? Yes, it will. But now moving on to my hypothetical here. Now, a couple of judges get together and they're like, with all this equality and rights for everybody and no responsibilities for everybody, I think the argument stands that the incestuous father is really within his rights to have sex with his children, forcibly or not, because, he's the parent. He's supposed to know best for the children. It's his job to raise them. So if he wants to raise them while he's having sex with them, that should be okay. It's a little payback. You got to clothe the kid. You got to feed her. You got to, pay for dancing lessons or whatever it is. There should be a little something payback, right? And what do we see in our society when a girl is stuck in a corner with no place to go and needs a little money? She becomes a prostitute, doesn't she? But now, get off that, Crash, because she's got the right to become a prostitute. You're missing the point. Parents are supposed to be the defense point. Parents are supposed to be the shelter. Parents are supposed to be the leaders, the guidance, the nurturers. That's what parents are supposed to be. But we don't even have a sense of that anymore because now Bobby's got 2 moms for a mom and dad. Davey over there has got 2 dads for a mom and dad. What the hell is that? You think those kids aren't going to grow up maladjusted? You got another thing coming. There's a little thing called nature. Man, woman. Man, penis. Woman, vagina. Penis go into vagina. Make more man, woman. It's pretty simple. But because of our rights and freedoms and lack of responsibility 100%, we'll okay these things. That 13-year-old girl can have sex with whoever she wants. They're her holes. That girl over there can bleed all over the floor at the school because she's free. Free bleeding. So where is the line going to come when, that father has the right to fuck his daughter? Interesting. And getting back to that question of rape, rape's illegal, and that's different. So if the father has sex with his daughter, that's fine as long as it's consensual because they're both equal. That's what the PCers will tell you because that's the underlying thing about the whole movement. Everybody's got to have the right to choose. So if the little 9-year-old Jenny wants to have sex with 41-year-old dad, that's okay. You know, and I heard one argument about this, talking with somebody before about this subject tonight. And she said she was of the opinion that, incest, it would never be legalized because the product of incest, the children that they're making when they have incest, will be, severely deformed, retarded, all this stuff. Well, here's something for you. When you say something like that, that's completely and totally ignorant of anything, because here's a news flash. Something that we've already said okay to, gays and lesbians. Newsflash, gays and lesbians can't have kids. Oh, there's adoption, but they can't physically have kids. 2 women and 2 men can't go and have a kid. Lesbians can go get some in vitro fertilization, but what are they getting there? They're getting the sperm of a man, not of another woman, not a lesbian woman who thinks really hard. No, they still get the sperm from a man, so don't even go there. So if we've already okayed couples who can't have children, who can't propagate the species, who can't indeed continue the human race, like it shouldn't anyway as far as I'm concerned, what's wrong with Dad and Susie having a little retard baby? At least they can have one. So it must make logical sense to go ahead and let them do that. Well, while you sit there and chew on that, I'm going to go for another 2-minute commercial break. When we come back, we'll delve more into the morals of the fun of equality and PC and LGBT and HTLA.
You've got it locked to New York's best talk, HTLA Radio 1.
Down your glasses. White Rum has a new captain. Introducing the all-new Captain Morgan White Rum. 5 times distilled for a smoother taste.
The hot new accessory, brows that wow. New from Maybelline, New York, it's Brow Drama, our first sculpting ball brush with tinted gel. Just sweep, then sculpt for bolder, sculpted brows. New Brow Drama. Get the look at Maybelline.com.
Maybe it's Maybelline.
Good morning. Welcome to Tim Hortons Cafe and Bake Shop,
where fresh always tastes better.
What can I make you this morning?
How about our new flatbread breakfast paninis? Made fresh, just for you, with your favorite breakfast ingredients on maple or multigrain flatbread, then grilled to hot, melted perfection. Just $2.99. Who couldn't warm up to that?
Tim Hortons Cafe and Bake Shop, where quality really does meet value.
In this fast-paced, digital everything life, there's nothing like experiencing the world's finest journalism in its original form. So sign up today for as little as $3.80 a week to receive the greatest newspaper in the world and all the incredible experiences that come with it.
When we arrived at our hotel in New York, the porter was so incredibly careless with our bags. And the room they gave us, it was beautiful. A broom closet. But the worst part was the shower. My wife drying herself with the Egyptian cotton towels. Shower curtain defined that whole vacation for her. Don't just visit New York. Visit TripAdvisor New York.
With millions of reviews, a visit to TripAdvisor makes any destination better.